Known for the potential dogman creature, the old stinker. Reports of this creature go back centuries. The last major report was 2015, where apparently this creature was spotted somewhere down there, eating a dog. 2 people spotted it. It got up and it vaulted over the drain. What will we find tonight? Will we find the legendary dogman?
So it was 1, 2, 3, and there's like a claw shape here.
Yep, and a claw shape up there.
And then it goes round here.
Goes round in a delve. This, to me, does not look normal.
So I'll do the outline with my fingers. That there, and back round there.
But
so
if we look
that big,
that
you've
big,
got your ruler.
We've got a ruler here. We'll go in for length measurement first.
Bottom to the first part.
Well, to where that stick is.
Yeah, is about 5.5. Just
no, it's a bit longer than that. Look where the stick is. It's about 7 inch long. It's about 7 inches. Because that to the stick is where the end of it is.
Yeah.
We're looking at least here a 7-inch paw print.
Yeah, then
potential paw print that is. So if we go lengthways,
oh, 6.
Go this way. Go straight across it. We're looking
just a little over 5.
A little over 5, a 7x5 footprint.
Yeah, a little over 6, I'd say. Look, with this
well, 6 to 7 footprint. But what's interesting is if we look here, you can clearly see
the
indents, and these are fresh. I'd say personally, no more than a day.
Yeah, probably last night.
Probably last night. And as we can see from
like that, and then around there. I'll do it one last time. You can see the paws, this curved. You see the curve?
Yep.
The curve, and like a little claw thing here, and then obviously a claw going off there.
Yep. And what's mad about this is, if you go onto Google Maps and look at where the circular dot of where this beast has supposedly been spotted, we are more or less now within the epicenter of it. We've only walked about 30 metres into the drain from Beverley End here.
Yeah, so it's about 6.
And this,
maybe a bit over 6 on the longest parts, but from the bottom to the first one, it's a little over 6.
Now, what's weird about this is, before we set off, we researched into dog paw prints and potential wolf paw prints. A dog's natural paw print
is
about 3.5 inches long.
A wolf's 5.
A wolf is 5.
But this is clearly over 6.
This is clearly over 6, verging onto the 7. So easily,
you can see them.
What we're seeing here is double the size of a normal dog paw print, and this is just one print.
The toe things there, and it can't be a footprint because if someone's foot's going to be that wide, which is 6, yeah, the foot isn't only going to be 6 inches long.
We could easily demonstrate somewhere along here.
My foot now. These are size 11s.
That's a good 4 or 5 inches. This is longer.
And what? 12, 11.
Yeah, about that. This is not.
It's definitely not a footprint. It's definitely not a dog print. It's definitely not a wolf print. So what else is it?
What else is it? And if we look again, I will zoom in closely, so you can all clearly see this. At the edges here, it's looking like what is claws. Let me zoom out so the camera focuses in. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. There, we come down to where this bottom stick is here. This is all one print. Again, there is a claw mark. I keep referring to that one because it's the clearest one.
There's a little claw on this side somewhere.
There's a little claw somewhere in this side. This is as close down as I can get to it. And what's weird is, this area is known for the old stinker.
On the map, it's pretty much on the dot.
On the map, on this post, I will post our location where we are now and the epicenter post. Thank you for tuning in. Again here at Barmston Drain. Now, in Bigfoot terminology, Bigfoots are known for creating nests, yeah? They're known for pulling branches down. My theory is that dogmen potentially can do the same thing. Whether that's a form of communication to say, look, I've been here, or a case of, this is why it's been sleeping. If we come down here, if we look at these branches, let me scroll down. This branch has been pushed. Clearly, this is still connected to the tree. If we look under, it's like there's a nest. It's like bedding. And if we look under here, find the log, all these trees are interconnecting with each other. This is as though it's been pushed down by something. Even here, look, intercrossing sections. I'm not saying dogmen can do this, but there is potential.
Where we are, Jim, bears or like that.
No, if we look under here, look at the branches. They have all been pushed down. Perfect hiding spot for a dogman. Here in the UK, we don't have bears. We do not have wolves. We don't have any creature that could possibly do this. We're not known for Bigfoot sightings either. So the question remains, what has done this?
Try and get this bit over here and out, Jamie. You're right.
Go back up here. Which bit? Come back up.
See the branches.
If we look at this branch as well, the way it's been snapped, that one's been snapped.
Yeah.
But the way it's been snapped and the way it's been pushed,
like a den.
It's like a den. Or if not,
but kids won't be able to do it.
Kids as well. Branches. Exactly. This won't be kids. Yes, kids are known for playing around here, but they would not go pulling full branches off a tree and creating things like this.
It's a bit low now for kids.
It's a bit low for kids.
There's a good little escape route out there.
There's a good little escape route out there, because if we look just up the top here, down, through and out, over there,
into long grass.
Into long grass, which leads to farmers' fields. Whereas if I take you over this way, here, we've got part of the drain. Again, if you look through open fields, what we've got here is a food source. We've got a water source. If a creature was spotted round here, it could escape within seconds. I heard that.
Weird.
Shame we can't get down there. We're hearing grunting noises. And not the sound of horse grunting either.
No, it wasn't. That was weird.
That was weird.
It was like a ooh,
ooh, ooh, ooh. That's what we was hearing.
That was weird, that, right?
Yeah, just a bit. That was not a horse.
No, that wasn't a horse.
I know a horse's grunt.
I don't even know what that sounded like. That was weird.
There is horses over there, but that was not a horse's grunt when they're eating.
Well,
that was a lot deeper.
There isn't one that...
There is.
No, I mean, there isn't one that close. It came from there. Like where the weeds are, just on there. Got your thermal thing?
1 minute. There's also thudding noises coming from further down here. Just as we're about to leave, we are getting hyperactivity. Can you hear that?
Yeah, yeah. Not that.
That was a horse, that one, for the record.
So it just goes to show the difference
but
in sound.
Is it not just that? That, what we was just hearing then, that horse, is the sound of a horse getting spooked.
That was weird, that. On it.
Horse galloping as well over there. It's a shame we cannot see properly through this tree line. I'm going to take us a bit further down to where it opens up and see what we find. Bear with. I'm following the sound. We'll come to a tree line here. That's a horse. No, that's a horse. We're back here to where we're literally on the outskirts here of the epicentre of the activity. Okay.
Oh, as if that was the sound.
Okay.
I'm glad with that though.
I'm glad with that. That was the sound of the horses, but that does not explain the grunting sound we just heard.
It does, that
but
sound.
At least we found, and we've managed to debunk the sound of the thudding. But going back to earlier on, step back this way.
Yeah.
Back to earlier on where we was up here, we heard grunting. That I cannot explain. If we come back up here, it's what looks like the nest, which I think my colleague will point me out if I'm wrong. That's me. For the camera. Yeah, here we are. We're back here at the tree line. Back here at the potential nest. This is where we heard grunting. Now, a horse, when it's eating, has small snorts. We was hearing deep grunts coming from the weed line. Yes, we've managed to debunk the thudding sound. That was actually horses on a bridge. But as it stands, we still have no explanation whatsoever for the grunts. If we hear anything else...
Definitely seem a bit spooked though.
Yeah. Before I go, these horses seem spooked.
Yeah, they're running, aren't they?
They're running. They're trying to block off the bridge. Horses do not get spooked naturally. That's a cow. Something strange is happening here. And I think for our own safety, we're going to end the clip. I wasn't expecting that. Tonight, we have found a potential paw print, potential nest. Theory about the nest though. Let's talk about that. Bigfoot is known to nest. It's known to create trees to be pushed down, either as communication or a bed. My theory is, do dogmen do exactly the same thing? Do they interfere with the trees, either to communicate with us to ward us off, or for somewhere for them to sleep? Who knows? I'll leave you with the thoughts on that one. Towards the end, just as we was leaving that nest, that was weird. The grunting, I cannot explain. I know what a horse's grunt sounds like. It's soft, delicate. As we was talking about the nest, we could clearly hear a deep grunt. Not long after that, the thudding. It's a shame really, that one. That was actually horses. I'm saying that about the horses though. Horses don't spook easy. That was weird. What forced them to gallop? What else is lurking in Barmston Drain? I think this one we need to come back to with better equipment. As well, we've been playing the howls of a dogman. We need to come back with bigger speakers. We need to come back with a big speaker, go back to more or less the same spot we was getting the activity, and try again. At some point in the near future we will return to this place. But for now, I will leave you to think about what goes bump in the night. Thanks for tuning in.
One eternity later.
Hello, and welcome to Expedition Dogman. My name's Jamie, and today we're out and about. Today, we're off to Barmston Drain. We're off to go and find the legendary Old Stinker. If you remember rightly, 2 years back, we went in search of this mythic creature, and we came close to finding it. I wonder though, will we have more luck today? Stay tuned to find out. In the sleepy village town of Beverley. Here we are near Beverley Dyke. This area is very close to Barmston Drain. Now on Barmston Drain itself is the home of the legendary old stinker. Some say that he's been seen eating dogs on there. Is that true though? Will we find anything? Stay tuned to find out. This was the updated story in 2017 of the Beast of Barmston Drain. And the original sighting was actually 2016, like it says here, updated. So let's read it. Beast of Barmston Drain, seen killing German shepherds. Sinister sightings at a Hull beauty spot are sending chills up the spines of supernatural enthusiasts. Faye Preston talks to Mike Kerville about the Beast of Barmston Drain. Now, we're not going to read all of this, we're just going to read the actual report. Nice imagery. Many who grew up in Hull will have happy memories of whiling away the summer holidays along the banks of Barmston Drain. But a shadow is being cast over that idyllic scene by strange reports of a half-man, half-dog creature that has been spotted stalking through the grass and killing anything in its way. One person claims to have seen the tall and hairy beast jump 8 foot over a fence, carrying a German shepherd in its jaw. Always want to keep in mind, the Hull historian Mike Kerville even organised a werewolf hunt after more than 7 people came to him claiming to have seen the beast. Let's just go past the advert. And then he goes on about how he says about he gets loads of UFOs, etc. He also mentions this about it. I was asked to research a werewolf sighting by a couple who had seen something that was tall, hairy, and was eating a German shepherd dog by the side of the drain. They stopped to get a closer look and witnessed it jumping over a fence, vanishing into the night, still carrying its prey. Mr. Kerville says another woman describes seeing something bounding along the drain on all fours, then stopping and raising up onto its back legs before running down the embankment towards the water, leaping to the other side and vanishing up the embankment and over a wall into some allotments. Another woman described seeing a half-man, half-dog along the drain. She was terrified and her dog, which she was walking at the time, began shaking. I wouldn't go any further. Now this is what the Yorkshire Post had to say about it. Truth behind those sightings of Hull Beast of Barmston Drain werewolf. Collective guilt about wiping out the native population could be caused the sightings of the old stinker in Hull, according to an academic. Now these are all just opinions, bear in mind. Media around the world picked up on claims that a half-dog, half-man creature had been spotted stalking the banks of Barmston Drain earlier this year. There were lurid reports of the tall and hairy beast being seen gobbling a German shepherd, then jumping over an 8-foot fence with its prey still in its jaws. The creature, dubbed the Beast of Barmston Drain, was connected by folklorists to the legend of the Old Stinker, a werewolf said to stalk the Yorkshire Wolds. Now let's just stop there. Like yesterday when we was out and about, Colin Keatley clearly said the Old Stinker is a separate entity to the Beast of Barmston Drain. This goes back to a theory we posted in one of our podcasts, that the Beast of Barmston Drain is actually a dogman and not related to the Old Stinker. This further proves it in this one sentence. Now, this is interesting. Further sightings followed, including in August, when a woman in a car with friends claimed she saw a beast with a human head start walking towards them on 2 legs on a road through the East Yorkshire village of Halsham. The location of the sightings close to the East Yorkshire Wolds, which were once home to wolves, could be significant, according to Dr. Sam George, a Gothic scholar and literary expert. Dr. George, who was behind the UK's first International Werewolf Conference at the University of Hertfordshire last year, said, I often get asked what causes causes belief in werewolfism. Now, to me, he's already speaking bullcrap, but hey-ho. But what is the most pertinent and magical about the latest folk panic is that Old Stinker is thought to inhabit a landscape which saw some of the last wolves in England. I argue that he represents not our belief in him as a supernatural shapeshifter, but our collective guilt at the extinction of an entirely indigenous species. Far from dismissing it as a figment of the imagination, Dr. George says it's important to explore people's fears and look for deeper meanings, adding, "My instincts are to embrace it and to see it as a manifestation of our cultural memory around wolves. Old Stinker is a gift. He can reawaken the memory of what humans did to wolves to draw attention to rewilding debates and redeem the big bad wolf that filled our childhood nightmares, reminding us that it is often humans, not wolves or the supernatural, that we should be afraid of." The sightings led to a Freedom of Information request to Hull Council, which confirmed it had no policy on werewolves, and rock legend Alice Cooper to ask, "So there were suddenly several reports of a werewolf-like creature near a small town in the UK. Do you think it could be real?" Hi, we've been out here for some time now and not very much to know. Colin Keatley, a very fascinating guy to talk to indeed. But this is the only thing we did find earlier. Is this a potential food of a dogman? As we know, dogmen have a habit of eating things, anything and everything they can get a hold of. I'm wondering, because these are bird feathers, is this a leftover remnants of a dogman feeding? There's been no reports of cow mutilations and there's plenty around. We've even seen deer this morning. I will obviously post what sort of wildlife is around here as and when we see it. But at the moment, we've been out here since what? Good 2.5 hours now. At the minute, nothing much to report. All our findings will obviously be put on our YouTube channel. Any daft little bits like this will complement together. I've also been talking to people around, well, the River Hull end of Barmston Drain. Nothing to report. Well, they do say as well, you're not always going to get a hit every time you go out. What we found 2 years back was in a very similar scenario and area to where Colin Keatley himself had an encounter. Granted, neither of us physically saw the creature, but we were definitely being growled at. Not today, unfortunately. I'll update you if there's any more. Just a quick one. As we're wandering here near Barmston Drain, what we found, dead rabbit. Whether it's been mauled or whether there has been shooters, we have heard shooting here this morning. I did say if there was anything else of interest that we'd find, we'd look at it. But let's come away from there, that's quite gruesome. Goes back to what I was saying there. Dogmen will eat absolutely anything. Unfortunately, there has not been any tracks or anything, so it could just be a shooter. But one thing I will point out while we're here, if we look there, it's like hoof prints. They're deers. This area is known for them. I'm going to continue down that way a bit, and if we catch sight of a deer, I'll show you it. Or if we find a rabbit, we'll just go quietly down. Again, I've run into a couple of more people while we've been walking, and again, there's nothing. It's a shame I can't bring you much more, but it's like Colin was saying earlier to us. Some days you're going to get hits. Some days you'll be out here, boots on the ground like we are, and not find anything. To me, I'm not one of those that will go making up evidence just to please the YouTube community. If I hear anything or see anything or find things, obviously I report them in, but at the moment it's just been a pleasant walk. Nothing untoward, no growls, no ominous feelings. There has been, thinking about it, like a dog smell. But again, yeah, this is where we went across earlier and down that way. Is it a case of the sewerage of barmston drain? So this is a drain, and this is going to be the best place to show you exactly what barmston drain looks like. I don't know if the video of all this will be out tonight, because I am on about going down on a night time to the whole end of barmston drain and see what we get. We know what we're looking for roughly nowadays, so it'll be interesting. I just thought I'd share what we've found so far. Thank you. Hello everybody. Wow, it's the day after the Beast of Barmston Drain expedition. And to be honest, yes, we got some disappointing results yesterday while we was there, but we're not going to see something every time we go out. And that's clearly what happened yesterday. On this video, I've put together what happened the first time we went compared to what happened the second time. But this is only part one. Within the coming weeks and months, we will be visiting the whole end of Barmston Drain. And also trying to go as far along as we possibly can. Yes, fair enough, we didn't see anything yesterday, but that's what it is. I'm not one of these channels that will just post for entertainment value. If we find something, we'll post it. If we get reports, we will investigate it. So I implore you guys to please like, comment and subscribe if you would, to help this channel grow. Because once we get into the algorithm, we can start educating more and more people. To get us to Dane's Dyke, I would like to mention that this channel does have a Patreon page. And it would be much appreciated if you would sign up to that. Because evidence we find will be going on there first of all. You will be granted early access to our reports and to any videos that go on YouTube. If this all sounds good to you, please do sign up. A link will be in the description below. And until next time, my fairy friends, when we are at Hull End of Barmston Drain, be aware of the howl.